It's Zenescope. How could you hate Zenescope?
I didn't.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us again for just another Zenescope Monday. Two comic book dudes here. I'm Aaron Clutter, editor-in-chief of Comic Booked.
Hey everybody, Justin, managing editor over at Comic Booked.
And this week we've got three awesome books to talk to you about. And there is a fourth one coming out this week. We just didn't get a copy of it to review or preview because it doesn't come out till Wednesday. But the one thing we are going to try to do is get a copy of that book and then get a hold of one of the folks involved in creation of that series and see if we can't get her to join us on the show and do a little interview. So hopefully that'll be coming in the next week or so. But yeah, so this week I will launch our little slideshow.
Give us the art.
We'll start off with a flashback to last year. We got New York Comic Con coming up, in just a few days now, right?
Yep. Starts on Thursday.
Yep, starts on Thursday. So this is last year's Grimm Fairy Tales 2014 Halloween special, New York Comic Con exclusive cover. That's a lot of words thrown in there. But see Celia Mathers there dressed up as Red Riding Hood. She really fills out that outfit. So,
yep, very nice.
So this week we start off with Charmed, season 10, number 12. This series is getting pretty interesting. I mean, we had the big reveal, 2 issues ago about Prue and who she really is, and that she is not just stuck in the Nexus of All, but she is the Nexus of All. And then last issue, I don't remember what happened. And then this issue, we're back to the story about Prue.
Last issue was the bad guy. Can't remember his name.
Oh, the fear guy. Yeah.
He just made everybody go through like bad stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so it was kind of an in-between story. Now we're back to the main storyline. So Prue is really trying to get down to the roots of what happened. So Prue died. Prudence died. She was one of the original 3 Hallowell sisters. And when she died,
played by Shannon Doherty.
Yes, that's right. And then I guess
just give reference for everybody if they're thinking about the show while they're watching this.
Yeah,
Shannon Doherty.
Which one she was?
Prue.
That's right. So after she died, like a while after, her spirit didn't want to leave. So it took residence in this woman who was brain dead, and basically took over her body. So this issue is kind of interesting because it takes you back to that story in a way, because she goes on this little spirit quest to try to find out what she can do to fix herself in a way, and has to come to grips with the fact that she kind of stole this body from some other spirit. So it's very interesting. I like the way they kind of tie everything together. They tell you, how Prue is put together now, maybe the magic's within her that could potentially cause a major problem down the road, or definitely some conflict. But yeah, overall it's pretty cool. And the other sisters who are still alive and in their regular bodies, find a way to cope with Prue's magical powers that cause them pain all the time. So
right now they also have Kara now who wants to help them.
Kira, yeah,
fight evil now too.
Yep. She is the seer, the one and only, right?
Right.
So yeah, pretty cool.
Now she's completely human though. So.
Yep, she's human. She has a soul because Prue gave her that in exchange for the information about who she is. So pretty cool. This is definitely a good issue. You want to pick this up if you're a fan of the series. It's an okay jumping on point, but it's kind of like wrapping up this. It's almost like the season finale in a way. If you think about the way this show's the books are put together, like the show, this is the end of year 1 for Charmed season 10. So it's kind of the end of that season. So I guess we can look forward to Charmed season 11 coming out soon. So
I would guess so. Let's start back over with 1.
Yep. If it keeps with the same pattern. So, yeah, but it's a definitely good one. I would recommend it. I liked it.
Yeah. This issue I actually enjoyed this issue of Charmed. So
compared to the other ones.
It's not my thing.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. All right. Well, they've been doing these 10th anniversary special one-shots all the way through this year. We've seen Red Riding Hood. We've seen Snow White, or Celia Mathers. And then this is the third one, I think, right? Cinderella.
I believe so.
Yeah. So this is an interesting story because this is set in. They're all kind of set in current continuity in a way, but this is really set in current continuity. It takes place right after Grimm Fairy Tales 114 or 114 or 112.
I thought it was in between 111 and 112.
It says in the inside cover. I don't remember.
Yeah, and there's an editor box note at 1.2. So it's a couple
Okay.
issues back in Grimm Fairy Tales because 114 just came out. So this one's just a couple
Yeah.
back, I think.
Yeah, it's a fairly recent story, which is good because it happens right after, um, basically happens right after Malik is killed by Bloody Bones, and I think that happened in 112.
Yep.
So at the end of that first year. So, now the Horde is basically like, what are we going to do? We need a leader, and they pick Cindy to be the leader, and she really doesn't want to be the leader. And so this is kind of all about Cinderella's story, and we're still dealing with the bookbinder or the binder.
Yeah,
And
this is Cindy versus the Binder.
That's right. It's pretty
Cindy.
cool. So I'll let you talk about this. I thought it was a really good one.
It was a good one. I mean, like you said, we kind of start off with her not wanting to be with the Horde and just kind of throwing that aside and saying, "I'm going to do my own thing." Because she's got some other things to figure out, especially with Prince Charming dying, like right before. Like we get some flashbacks in this issue also. But I guess my favorite part of this, because I hadn't seen it before, was her going home. Yeah. And like the mice were keeping the stepmother and the stepsisters in order and stuff like that. Like I hadn't seen any of that before, so that was I was like, "What?"
I like that. That was cool. Yep.
But yeah, and then we kind of go in. We don't really learn a lot more about the Binder, but we see what he's doing, where he's going, certain people he's trying to attack or gather up, however you want to put it. And then I don't know. Let's just say that we don't want to spoil it, but just say there is a confrontation between Cindy and the Binder, and then there is some sort of resolution with the Horde, but you need to read it to find out what happened.
Yep. And we kind of knew what the Binder was doing. He's just like any Binder has done throughout history. They collect the stories of their realm, but this Binder has figured out. And I think they talked about it in the Snow White episode or Snow White issue, that he's figured out that the book is a portal to other worlds, and so he's using the power of the stories and trying to harness them back in, which really means catching the people and sticking them back in the book. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This is a neat series because really all the one shots kind of go together and tell a continuing story. So it's pretty good.
Yep, and what was this? She meets up with Seela in the book.
Yeah, she goes to see Seela.
Yep. So at that point they were still kind of wondering who the new Binder was since the last one had died. So
yeah, yep,
a lot of tie-in with this book.
Yeah,
a lot of tie-in with the main title.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Yep, great art too.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely worth picking up. And this one, Oz, Reign of the Witch Queen. This has been an excellent series. I really liked the first two. But I love this one, because we've got Dorothy going evil, hooking up with Zamora, her mother, and
but we find out in this issue maybe why she's evil too, right? Maybe.
Well, we know. You talking about Dorothy or?
Yes.
Yes. So that's pretty cool to get some kind of
at least a theory on what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So we got Smith, and he's pretty smart, and he's very involved in the magic of Oz and everything. So he's trying to help figure out what's going on. And some really big turn of the tables in this book. I really like the way it ends, especially. It's like, all right, because some disappointing things happened. Oh yeah,
yeah. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, but we're not gonna spoil that. It's pretty cool.
If you're
a fan of Oz. If you're a fan of Wizard of Oz, any of those movies, or if you've been reading this series, and this is a great series to pick up. You can actually get the deluxe hardcovers, and they're awesome. We gave one away a few months back for the second one, the Warlord of Oz. So the first one is Wizard of Oz, there's Warlord of Oz, and then Oz, Reign of the Witch Queen. Each one of those will have a hardcover edition. So if you want to get the first 2 hardcovers and still pick up the first 5 issues of this miniseries, it's probably out there. You can probably find it pretty easily.
Yeah, or you can just go to Zenescope. Yeah,
that's right. Go to Zenescope.com, and they have a great store. So yeah, this is a good one. I like that the 2 of them are teamed up, her and Zamora. But then I also like that the heroes are still trying to save everything. And this is kind of the Empire Strikes Back of the series. It's like the bad stuff's happened. Everybody's gonna die.
1 issue to go. We'll see if it's Return of the Jedi-ish.
Yep. Pretty cool. But yeah, definitely looking forward to number 6. So it's good. All right. Well, that's it for this week. Some great books. We had Charmed season 10, number 12, the Cinderella one-shot for the 10th anniversary books, and Reign of the Witch Queen number 5. So those are coming out on Wednesday. Definitely pick those up. The one that we didn't get is Zombies vs. Cheerleaders, the 2015 Halloween special. So that's something really worth picking up. And we're going to try to get a hold of Heather Finley, who works on that book, and get her on here for an interview if she's willing. So I'll email her this week, and we'll find out. Maybe she wants to talk about the book.
Maybe so.
And like you were saying, Zombies versus Cheerleaders doesn't sound like it's really a fair fight there. But I read the last one, the special, I think it was St. Patrick's Day special, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
the zombies, sometimes the zombies won, sometimes the cheerleaders won. There was different stories, so it's pretty cool. But it was definitely a good one. So
cool. Well, like I said, I guess I'll try to pick it up this week too, since we weren't able to get it digitally.
Yeah, might as well. Yep. And there's several variant covers, so
it is a special. So
it is. That's right. So okay, all right, everybody. Thank you for watching, and we hope that you like, share, comment, do all that good stuff. We are still trying to get some stuff to give away. New York Comic Con's coming up, so they're all real busy with that. But I would expect shortly after that we should get some maybe some special variants or some other cool stuff to give away.
Yep. If you go to New York Comic Con and you see Zenescope there, you should tell them to check us out.
That's right. Tell them that we talk about them every week in a good way.
In a good way.
Yep. So all right, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Have a good one.
Thanks.